Okay, guys, day 3 or 2 or I don't know. I'm still working on it, is what I'm saying. All right, well, moving on with the 72. Got the carb and the intake in place. Got all the vacuum lines except for the one on the vacuum advance. It's a little too short, so I gotta get some more line to get it up front. Got everything else hooked up, and it's rolling over, and I'm not getting spark. I've got power all the way to the distributor, but I'm not getting spark. I thought maybe I was 180 degrees out, so I pulled the number 1 plug, got compression on it, turned the distributor towards it, still not getting any spark. I tried to check a few more plugs, and the plug wires are just coming apart, so they weren't built worth a crap. So I actually have that same identical distributor in a box still. I bought it like 4 or 5 years ago and never used it. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the plug wires ready on it, and probably just put it in there and go from there. And then maybe later on a different project I can assess what's wrong with this one. Well, I'm gonna have to go ahead and switch over to these 90 boots to fit on top of that distributor, so it'll be like this one, like the old one. I don't ever get that lucky. These don't work. These are more for like the older style, which is odd because it came with the distributor. So anyway, I am going to test out this new tool, this fancy tool I got. I'm gonna use this on the flathead. I was working on the flathead, and I couldn't crimp those things with a flip. So I've seen some videos on this, or at least ones like it, not necessarily that particular brand, but I'm gonna go ahead and try this thing out and get a good crimp on these and see if I can get that sucker fired up or not. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. So got them all done. Unfortunately, my camera quit while I was making them. I'll show you how to crimp them, but the flathead there, I've got to build some for it, so we'll do another episode with that, and we'll do some crimping of the plug wires on it, but we're gonna go ahead and get these suckers put on. Check this out. Put a new intake, carburetor, and a distributor and all new wires on it. I haven't even gotten to test it yet. So let's see what it'll do. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Damn, what do you think about that? Yeah, I'm gonna wake the dead. Okay, well, going ahead and charging this up a little bit, and this wire right here, you guys see this? If you watched my video where I drove it home, all this stuff was rigged up when I got it. So you're running the original harness, it was brittle, and someone just got it running where it would start, and then I bought it from him, and he hadn't really done much with it. So basically that was just, let's get some spark and let it fire up, and it did. I drove it from where I bought it from him to my old house, and then I hauled it over here, which was an hour and a half away when I moved, and then drove it from where it was parked to my new house with the shop here. I had to jack with those wires when I was trying to get it home that day. So anyway, same thing. I plugged in that the power wire, which is that blue one you see right there, for the new distributor. That's the main power wire for it. But it had come unplugged over here, which I haven't ever tried to even solder any of that together or crimp it or anything, because I don't know. There's so much back there. Like I said, when I got to that starter, the starter, all those wires are all screwed up too. So I never wanted to just crimp it and have to cut it again. So once I get all this running, actually firing up, running, idling, and tuned and everything, I'll start cleaning up underneath the hood here. Eventually it'll be, you know, maybe putting this Vortec over here in it and just go with like a fuel injection EFI or something in a better wiring harness and all that, but I'm not doing that right now. I just want to see how long this old engine transmission will run, to be honest with you. I think it's neat that it's set for almost 20 years. It's 20 years now, but it was 19 when I bought it. And it looks as good as it does. It can fire up, and if I can get it to fire up again, I don't know. But if I can get it to fire again, I don't know if I'll be able to. But if so, I want to see how long this old smoking sucker will run, and then maybe we'll go a different route on the motor. But anyway, while this thing's charging, we're waiting on that light right there to turn green. So while it's charging, I'm gonna have myself a cold one. Now's a good time for you to do the same. We'll check back in a minute. That did not end like I wanted it to. You heard the noise. I assumed it was a starter again. Went through 3 starters on that thing. The holes on the old ones have been bored out for bigger bolts because evidently where the starter mounts on a block has been retapped at some point. So we finally got all that straight, got it where it roll over right, and it starts beating and banging like it is. If you recall from some older videos when it was running, it had some weird noise. I never could really pinpoint what it was. Okay, so my professional wiring job is now complete. Here, right there. I mean, that just looks perfect. Professional. Now we'll go inside. Some ticking like an exhaust leak, which is no big deal, but there was some kind of internal noise I couldn't really pinpoint. I haven't heard. I'm looking at it further. We've got some antifreeze down in the oil pan. I checked the oil in it to make sure I didn't let it go low, and it was way high after sitting for 3-4 months. So I didn't know what the heck that deal was about, and I pulled the plug and antifreeze came out right away. So that engine's pretty much done. So moving forward, we're gonna have to go ahead and tear that thing out. Probably figure out what went wrong on a later episode, but moving forward, I think we'll go ahead and get some of that body work done on it and pull the engine transmission out, and we got something else that we can throw in here pretty soon. So sorry it ended up on a bad note, but in a future episode, it's gonna end up a lot better. So appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys next time.